He gets the second goal of this game from that penalty, and we could be on for a huge 3 points.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Mattov's English Journey, and welcome back to Leicester City, where in today's episode we have got some pretty exceptional things to show you. We're going to take a look and go straight to the schedule. We played about 5 games off camera. It might have been 6 actually, because we did have a friendly during the international break. But we'll go from this Man United game. Obviously, we lost it on camera. It was pretty disappointing. I thought we had a chance in that game, but we did ultimately collapse. And we showed a good bit of fight away from home. Man United, it was always going to be a very tough game. We didn't come out with the result that we wanted, but there was still a lot to build on. And then in these 5 games after, I looked at those fixtures and thought we'd lose at Arsenal, lose at Chelsea, we'd win at Sunderland, lose at Tottenham, and win at Fulham. Maybe pick up a point against one of these big teams. So 7 points out of 15 from these 5 games. We won all 5, and we didn't just win them, we absolutely thrashed the team. So the first game at home against Arsenal, a 2-1 win. That was just the start of it all, really. After that, a 5-0 win against Chelsea away from home. It was insane. I couldn't believe what was going on. After that, a straightforward 2-1 win against Sunderland, 2-0 win away from home against Tottenham. Then after that, it was a 1-0 win at home against Fulham. And I mean, in my opinion, I think that the games against these big clubs have been easier, to be honest. I mean, we just scraped this win here. We also were lucky to hold on against Sunderland in this game. So, I mean, I don't know what it is. This season, we have beaten 4 out of the big 6 already, and we haven't even done any of the reverse fixtures. So we've beat Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham. I don't know if you consider some of them big 6 clubs anymore, but we still certainly will on paper, I guess. Looking back on history, they are still the big 6, and we narrowly lost to Man City on, I think that might have been, no, that was off camera, and the Man United game, we showed a lot of spirit in that game, but we didn't come out with the result that we wanted. And I said, at the point where we start to be competitive and win against the big 6 teams and get results against them, that's when we seriously start to think about qualifying for Europe. And I didn't really think it would come in this season, but we've already started to get results against them. We've picked up we played all 6 of them now in the opening 14 games. So that's been I don't even know, that's over 50, it's 40% of the games we played, just under 50% have been against the big 6 clubs, and we've picked up, what would that be? That would be 12 out of 18 points against them. So 66%, 2/3 of all the points we could have got. Home and away also, that's very important. We picked up points away against Chelsea, away against Tottenham, and away against Liverpool. So 3 away wins and 1 home win against those teams. That is like exceptional, really good football that we are playing at the moment. And like I said, the point where we start to beat those teams, we're seriously going to become a real force in this Premier League. There's no other way of putting it, and it can be proven in the league table. We're 5th place at the moment, with a game in hand on teams above us, and if we were to win that game in hand, we would move up into the Champions League places. And we're still quite early in the season, 15 out of 38 games played, but if this is the way we start, then hopefully we can go on as we mean to continue and get that high finish, because we're putting goals past these teams and getting amazing results. We're on a good run of form, and we've got some tough games coming up away at Newcastle, who are currently sitting in 7th place. So if we do get a result on them, that would move us up, and it would also pin them down a little further down the table. But it's always going to be a tough game. But we have proven we can get results against teams similar to the level of Newcastle, and there's no reason why we can't go and do it in this episode. We're saying that probably on camera we are going to lose, probably. Hopefully not, because off camera it's just been an exceptional time. Some of the best football I've probably seen in this career. And then after that, we've got a game at home against Nottingham Forest, who currently sit in 15th place, so we should pick up some points there. The boys are in really good spirits. Everything is just going exceptional at the moment. If you take a look at the dynamics I should say, The club atmosphere, excellent. The managerial support, very good. Team cohesion, good. It's looking absolutely exceptional at the moment. We're managing the boys very well, no issues, and it's just going really, really well at the moment. So let's go and see if that can continue in today's episode. Hopefully it can, in this first game of the day against Newcastle. So the team for this game against Newcastle away game is going to be very, very tough, but hopefully this team, who've been nailed on for a few games now, can get us the result that we want. It starts with Lebrovic in goal, backline of Vinicius, Riyad, Junior, Patterson, Belosian, Dewsbury Hall and Meslick in the midfield. We've got Gomez on the left. We've got Andre on this like off right position because Paz is out with a bit of an injury at the moment and he can play quite well there and cover all areas. And up top, as ever, we've got Milosevic. Kick-off here in this game against Newcastle. It looks like they are the ones with the early bit of possession, but we are making a few chances here. Newcastle through on goal though, bursting into our defending box, and they will look to try and get the early goal of this game. The shot goes in. It's a very, very good shot there, and Lebrovic is forced into a save there. We need to do a bit of defending on this corner, get it gone, and maybe put ourselves into onto a bit of a counter attack. You know, an early goal is something that we've been really, really good at, and then around the 60th minute mark, we've been experimenting with different tactics. One thing I've been interested in doing is having inverted wing backs, and then with those inverted wing backs, we swap Marcelo and what's his name? It's Belosian. I was looking at Vinicius then, and that got me confused. We swap Belosian and Marcelo. We play Marcelo in his natural. It's a deep line playmaker role, I believe. Belosian at centre back, where he is. I'm not sure if he's natural, but he can definitely play there. He can play very accomplished in both of those defensive midfielder and centre back positions. We swap them around and see how Junior does at deep line playmaker, because I think he is made for DM, but Belosian's been very good at DM, and Marcelo Junior has been very good at centre back. But I don't want to pair both of them together because Marcelo is a good centre back. But it's just a case of who's been better when they've played in the positions that they've been set out in. And personally, I think for now on paper it's looking like Marcelo at centre back and Belosian at DM. But personally, I think Marcelo's got more of a potential at DM. And if Belosian was ever to move on, I think he'd move up there and bring in another centre back. I don't know. I sign Marcelo as a DM, so if that's how he is, then that's how he'll develop into. But he's got a real good future ahead of him. He's still really good at centre back, and we'll just have to see if that's required in the future. We have gone 1-0 down here though. 35 minutes. Newcastle did get that opening goal, as you saw there, and as I said, it's always gonna be a tough game. First game on, and this was always bound to happen. Probably. I don't want to be negative, but we have this amazing streak where we win 5 games in the league, and then all of a sudden we just lose when we come on camera, and we've got a big second half to at least try and pick up a point against Newcastle. Second half underway here will be Newcastle who come on the first attack of the half, and now we've got that clear. I think it's Marcelo at the back, and this is why it's tough to decide where he's going to play, because he can do it at centre back and also DM. I know they're quite similar roles, and I also literally just played Belosian at half back, so it's basically the same, but it's just something to consider. This is why we test Marcelo at deep line playmaker, because he doesn't fit into that 3 as much. He doesn't have to, and that's why I say I think he's got that potential there, and I don't think it's we need to restrict him to staying in the 3 back. He can go on and advance a bit more if he wanted to, and that's why I think it's interesting to try and swap him. Well, we're going to take a look at the Newcastle formation now. 60 minutes gone. We've made a few changes ourselves. We brought on Eregbenham and Tanganga, and we're looking around the pitch. They look pretty well rounded. Their defense still quite refreshed, especially the wing backs. Although we could definitely pin this right back for them. He's slotting into midfield, so if we bring on a left winger there, I say we could have a chance of getting a goal back in this game. I think it's going to be Sarawi. Kalal has definitely not showed up at all for us. He's been pretty disappointing, to be honest, on this loan spell, and when we need players on form playing well, he's definitely not the type of player who we've needed in this season, and he might even get recalled, but I've told the Man United manager he's just not impressed at all, and if that's how it's going to be, I mean, I'm not going to stick to the agreement. If he's just not going to play like that, it's just not how it's going to work, really. Hopefully he can try and turn that around at some point before he does get recalled, because that's what it's looking like. It will be 65 minutes gone here. It's still Newcastle with the lead. They're going to keep knocking it around the back, probably try and craft out a chance from somewhere. Slow build-up play. It looks like they're playing here. Just along the back, we need to go and put up a bit of a press. Carlos Andre coming into this game, he's had a really good bit of form, but none of these boys have turned up today. We've got Clark who can come off the bench, try and get us a goal in this game. Some defensive changes as well. I mean, Patterson playing really, really well at the moment. We want to take him off, but there's a few changes we can still make. 2 substitutions left, so we'll have to consider that shortly. When in the game we do that, I don't know. I think we need to bring on Clark quite early. Newcastle threw on goal again, and the shot does go in. It's so annoying. Honestly, it's so annoying. When we come on camera, we lose these games. I cannot explain how frustrating it is. What can you do really? It's 2-0 Newcastle. 70 minutes gone in this game here. We've made all the changes we can. We've got 15 minutes to try and find the goal. It's looking very unlikely we're going to find them. It's just, I can't explain how annoying it is. We play so well off camera, and every single time we come on, we just turn off, absolutely switch off. This is a very, very important game as well. We're still within 2 points of Newcastle, but it's so annoying. We have had a really, really exceptional start though, and hopefully this game is not a huge setback for us. We've got a game against Nottingham Forest. I'm pretty sure we can redeem ourselves. It was always going to be a tough game. Just hope we can go on and bounce back from it. So the team for this game against Nottingham Forest back at the King Power, I don't think that loss has dented the boys' morale too much, but it starts with, it's exactly the same team. It starts with Lebrovic in goal, backline of Vinicius, Riyad Jr., Patterson, Belosian, Dewsbury Hall and Meslik in the midfield. We've got Gomez on the left, Carlos Andre on the right, and Milosevic up top. Kick off here in this game against Nottingham Forest. Hopefully we can start well and put another important 3 points on the board. I don't think that loss is really damaging for us. We got to remember we are literally still in it's 16 games. We've still got 22 games left, and we really could be out of these spots by the end of it, and that loss might mean nothing. But it doesn't look like we will. As Milosevic is through on goal, I think it might be offside though. But I was saying, that we could literally just lose a load of games and be out of it, and I'm not saying that's because of the Newcastle game. I'm just saying it's a little setback, and we bounce back from it, and we could have loads more losses if we decided to let that affect us, and we wouldn't even be considering European football anymore. But I think we will bounce back from it. The way I've been seeing us playing has been really exceptional, and hopefully we can continue to play how we have in most of this season already. I mean, where are Liverpool in the league? Liverpool we're first at one point in the league. I don't know if it's because they oh no, they must have played already, or they're playing tomorrow maybe on the Sunday. But they were literally first when we beat them, and they were first for ages. It didn't knock them back, but we can clearly beat teams like that, and we can also afford to lose a few games, and it won't knock us too far back. Because you got to remember, we're in 6th place currently. Before we were in 5th place, we've been climbing very gradually. I think 8th or 9th are going to get at least Conference League. So I think we have a real good chance of getting this football. We've had no time in the near the relegation zone or nothing like that. I think we're set for something really good in this season. And that goal from Milosevic, absolutely immense from him. He was released by a Premier League club. I don't know who it was. I'm actually going to check who it was, but he was definitely released by a Premier League club. It was, oh no, yeah, Bristol must have been in last year, but they released him. Hardly ever used him. He's played for West Ham and all these teams. We've decided to bring him in for Ty Clark, and he's been absolutely immense. He gets our first goal of this game, and we move back up to 4th place. A couple of teams around us got a few games in hand, but we can't go, if we get this win, we can't go any lower than 6th place after 15 games. It's been an exceptional start for us, and long may it continue in this season. 25 minutes gone, we lead 1-0. 25 minutes gone. I know I just said we were 25 minutes gone, but there's been a highlight. Straight away, a penalty has been given, and it's going to be Milosevic. I've changed Meslik off from the penalties because Milosevic overall is better at penalties, and when I've done that, you have to get out the first miss out of him, and he did it in the friendly that we did for when it was international break. He's got the miss out of him now, so whenever you put a new penalty taker, of course they're going to miss. It's going to be cursed. Milosevic steps up, and that's the reason why I've taken the curse off him, because he gets his second goal of this game from that penalty, and we could be on for a huge 3 points. 60 minutes gone here, a lot of changes for us. We made 4 changes in one go, and we're going to demonstrate those those new tactics that I've been saying we're trying to mess around with. So it's inverted wing backs, and then Junior's swapped over there. Sarawi's through on goal. Actually, we're going to take a look at this highlight before I explain what's happening. But Patterson is one of the inverted wing backs, and he might show why we need to play with him. Eregbenham here plays the return to Patterson, and Patterson plays it back to Eregbenham. He has come on and he has the shot, and he gets his goal to make it 3-0 in this game, and we've absolutely blown Nottingham Forest away. Huge 3 points, and we're going to stay in these Champions League spots for a while by the looks of it. Really, really good stuff. So the changes made, we put Junior up there, put Belosi in at centre back where he can play. Marcelo Junior there, but he's a deep line playmaker with a support role, so he's going to get quite advanced to what he's used to. We usually tried it with defensive role, but there's no point in doing it. Let him go and get involved in this game because we're scoring goals. We've got a comfortable lead. Having him defence, you might as well just put him in 3-back, so there's no point in doing that. We've put on Eregbenham ahead of him because he's quite secure in defending, and I mean, he's just got a goal there, but he's going to make sure that if Marcelo makes a bit of a mistake there, he can just go ahead, because I think Marcelo is training at he's training at half-back, so it's a bit of a middle between the centre-back and the deep line playmaker. Well, I don't know why he doesn't train at deep line playmaker. I think I need to do all the training stuff, but he can play there. While Eregbenham's going to make sure he's just secure any mistakes he makes from trying to learn that position. I know it's natural to him, but he hasn't played it much in this system, the Gegenpress hybrid wing play system. He's not tried it much, so he's going to just be there to cover him, and then we're just going to see how that works. Inverted wing back, so they can support the midfield as well. I would have liked Tanganga over there, but we don't have a centre back on the bench who can come on, so we brought Gallo there instead, and I would have swapped Tanganga in a centre back, but apparently not. We're not able to do that here. Nottingham Forest have a chance to make it 3-1, a consolation goal, you'd think, but they're not able to tuck that away. I mean, 30 points after 16 games. If we're going to be close to getting double our points to games played, and if we finish on 78 points or something like that, even 70 points, so we lose ourselves a few points, 65, 70 points, we're going to get any European spot, and hopefully we don't crumble a little bit. We've played all the big six, and 5 of them have been away from home, so when they come to our stadium, we'll have 5 home games against the big six, and obviously the one away, which will be Arsenal. When we do that and play them, we can pick up more results, even bigger results, because we've had 3 wins away from home against the big six and 1 at home, the Arsenal game. So we've won our 1 at home and 3 out of 5 away from home. We've won. I've already said most of this, but I'm just reiterating the home and away stats. When they come here, we're gonna have a real go at them and pick up some points. I think we're set for it. We'll just have to see how it goes in the rest of the season. We've been known to have a few collapses, but possibly it's this Leicester team is going to be a little bit different. And I mean, it's 17 minutes gone in this game, and Nottingham Forest is starting to be a little bit more threatening. The other changes we made, we brought on obviously Tanganga. We've made Tanganga, Gallo, Eregbenham, and Sarawi basically. So just a 1 attacking change. I mean, we might bring on Milosevic on a hat trick, so we should be a bit motivated to try and go out and get a goal. Not by the looks of it, because Nottingham Forest are trying to come at us here in this game. 78 minutes gone. We are still 3-0 up, but 2 goals up is always a risky territory, and hopefully we don't lose it out here. That would be very, very disappointing. Dewsbury Hall in midfield is dispossessed there. We might have to revert back to the standard wing backs if we get done here, because maybe we're taking up too much in the midfield. The header from Richarlison at the back post, the shot does go in now, and luckily Tanganga does get in the way there, meaning nothing will come from that initial chance. But they will have a corner here, and we need the presence of Milosevic and all our defenders in there to try and get this gone. Bit of a counter attack and see the game off. It's a bit of risky territory, and if we can get this chance gone, I think we have the 3 points wrapped up. But it's still going on for Nottingham Forest on the edge of the box. Releases the shot, and luckily it does go over now. I think we have secured a huge 3 points. 4 minutes left in normal time here in this game, and just as I said, I think we've got the 3 points. Nottingham Forest, once again, they've not been in the game up until the 75th minute. The shot does go in, and luckily it has gone over again. But now they're starting to be a little bit threatening, thinking they can get something out of this game. We just need to be a bit defensively secure, and this is what happens when you experiment a little bit. Stuff like this will happen. We've got on the wing backs off the bench who are playing here. We've had Patterson play there for a little bit, and who was it? Vinicius has not even played there in this game. But we've experimented, see if they can do it there. For sure, next game we'll try Vinicius and Patterson a little longer to see if they can play there. But it's a nice win for us. 3-1 win at home, bouncing back off the back of that Newcastle result, and yeah, it's a big 3 points. We've even experimented with a new tactic, and overall, it's a pretty perfect game. And a few things to show you just before the episode ends. weekend's confirmation that we are going to be sitting 5th place, but after these 16 games, the weekend is over. Every team has played, and few results. We were the early kickoff, the lunchtime kickoff, and yeah, 5th place it is for the weekend. That is a pretty good result, and hopefully we can build on that. The next episode will be in the second half of the season, and that is going to be very important. And the final thing I've got to show you, I don't know why this is swapped around, but the final thing I've got to show you, Club Vision, board alert, takeover in progress. Right, okay then. So I mean the board is absolutely, I mean the owners are absolutely, they've ruined the club a little bit, quite a fair bit of debt. I mean, we generated all the money for our own transfer budget. We did get quite a lot, to be fair, but if they were this much in debt, they should have just left us and let us sell the players. But I mean, we would have needed a little bit, but still, I've generated a lot of the money for this transfer budget through sales. I don't know what they've done with the balance at the moment, but I definitely don't think it's the owners who we dearly know, and they are really exceptional in managing the club. So that's how it's looking at the moment. Once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you this little tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.